that XCOM2? Hello, we're back again. Last time went alright, didn't it? We met our second alien ruler, the Berserker Queen, and promptly trounced said Berserker Queen without any real mishap on our part. And then we, honestly, we had a pretty chill mission, all said and done. Andromac, the Dark Ranger, did take a bit of a dinging, so they're out for 12 days. Gwen's ready to go again, though. So is... I thought someone else was going to be ready to go. Okay, Shandon's ready to go in 5 days. That's not so bad. Nevertheless, we've got a full squad to field, should we need to. We're in a pretty good state. Overall, it's weird. It feels like there was a little bit of time there where things were... we'll say a struggle. Sure, we'll say a struggle. But, I don't know, it seems to be chilling a little bit just now and, you know, lulling things into a false sense of security. We are going to jump straight back into scanning for this contact that we've been talking about now for what feels like forever. The Avatar project is, of course, looking a little bit dicey. Want to get this scan taken care of and then pop over to the black market, although it looks like gathering survivors from an abandoned city is up next to delay another dark event, which is the hidden event. Lost and Exalt down there, and a new marksman and a new assault infantry wouldn't necessarily be the worst thing in the world. We do have to be conscious, however, of the fact that we're almost at our crew limit. We're on 39 of 40 now, and that's not the button I wanted to press. Upgrades button I wanted to press, and we can't quite afford the crew size upgrade, which would bring our crew capacity up to 50. We would need to swing by the black market in order to get that taken care of. So, on the one hand, another marksman and another assault infantry wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. We don't actually know what the dark event is, and it could be something quite bad. We're not really in the luxurious position of being able to spend the intel. I think we take it. And then we can pop up to the black market after the mission and get some additional supplies to hopefully increase our crew size. So then, Operation Totem Grinder, let's suit up.
Western US precinct.
Exalt are on the ground as well, as just mentioned there, so we will have to deal with that. Although the last few Lost missions that we've done, we've been able to take full advantage and then extreme advantage of the Lost Lure item. So I think that's potentially going to be on the cards again. I'm not as enthusiastic about fielding Urog without the Keeper feeding it ammo, especially when we kind of need quick fire shots on the Lost. Although with that being said, you know, yeah, we'll leave Kurog at home, and instead we'll field a pretty standard squad for us at this point. So assault infantry, combat engineer, phalanx. We'll bring Obergard in the marine role. We'll field Kerwin. Kerwin's not been out for what seems like forever, and wow, Aethel is already back up and ready for more. I think, however, we'll bring Aethelas, the sapper. May prove useful to have a sapper. So let's quickly get these guys geared up and ready to punch and kick things in the face, such as it were. We did buy the spider suit last time around, so we'll get that on the go here as well. Just kind of making a decision on who's going to benefit the most from it, and I'm actually inclined towards either Huckett or Rymir there. I think we'll run it on Rymir, actually, just because they can zip about that little bit more as the assault infantry. For the last piece of Predator armor that we've got, we'll probably stick that on Kerwin. Gwen should be fine with the alloy shield, and actually Hooker comes with their own shielding as well, so we'll pop these Predator armor on Ace here. And then we've just got weapons to think about, so shotgun goes there, relatively simple, mag cannon for Hooks, assault rifle of some description for Obergard, Cal 15 bullpup for Kerwin, Shadowkeeper as always on Gwen, and then the second assault rifle for Ace. Advanced grenade launcher, check. Gremlin Mark II, check. Mag Shorty, check. Gauntlet Mark II, check. And then Arc Blade, there we go. We do want to pop some upgrades on these people. We've got some AP that we could potentially spend as well. I think we keep the tracer rounds away from Gwen here, and instead we'll go for the ultrasonic lure. Although maybe not the ultrasonic lure. Now that I say that out loud, I've immediately changed my mind. Instead, let's just give a basic plasma grenade there for a hot second. We'll put a little bit of thought into this one. What we could do with Obergard is what we did with Shandin last go around. Pop into their abilities and get Bandolier, the dedicated ammo inventory slot. I absolutely think is worth spending the AP on. And for Obergard, blue screen rounds isn't a bad choice. However, wouldn't be a bad thing to just up Obergard's aim up to the 86 with the tracer round, so I think we'll run that there. For the blue screen rounds, that is a question unto itself. I'm inclined to actually put those on Hooks, because if we just take a look at Hooks' abilities right quick, already come with anti-armor doctrine, so their primary attacks are shredding armor anyway, and it just seems like a reasonable fit to add the blue screen rounds into the mix. The other alternative would be Kerwin, the tech specialist, as they are already going to be dealing reasonable damage to mechanical units with their what's it called? Combat protocol. So, is there anything else that we really want to potentially get with Kerwin here? Low profile is quite nice. Partial cover giving him as much defense as full cover. Neutralizing agents is something that we kind of consider as well. Disruption field is super good. Actually, if we're going to spend any ability points on Kerwin right now, it's going to be on disruption field for sure. So that leaves us with the Venom rounds and the blue screen rounds, and of course the Lost Lure. I think, well, setting aside anything else, we're going to just want to pop the nanoscale vest on Ace right there. Tough decision, honestly. Not going to pretend otherwise. I think we'll run the lure on Kerwin, and then we'll give Hooks those blue screen rounds via the experimental magazine, and the lightweight frame is always good for the mag cannon too. We'll leave the Venom rounds at home just because they won't do as much to the Lost. Although if there is somewhere that we could theoretically pop them in, then there's no reason for us not to. Maybe we do actually give the Venom rounds to Gwen here. Yeah, let's do that. And then Old Faithful mag grenade, and Frost Bomb for our sapper. We could run an EMP bomb on Obergard, I think. That seems reasonable, just in case we do run into mechs aplenty. I think last time we did one of these styles of missions, very similar actually, where we had the Lost and Exalt, and we had 3 of those Sectorbot hunters causing a scene for us as well. So yeah, I think bringing the EMP bomb, based on previous experience, is a reasonable decision. Standard affair for the shotgun, advanced laser sight, extra crit chance, and then advanced wildcat for that extra crit damage. Nothing left for Rymir unless there's any abilities that we could potentially look at picking up here. Lightning reflexes is always nice, and there is that slip into position as well that we put onto Aethel. I think lightning reflexes is a yes. The less people that we've got triggering Overwatch shots, the better. Slip into position, I think we'll leave for now. Although maybe I do want to spend 15 AP on that and just actually have all of our assaults capable of retaining concealment. That kind of seems like a good idea. So let's do that. Adding a bit of extra armor shred to all of the grenades that Aeslas has availability on isn't a bad call. I think we'll hold off just for now because the mag grenade's already doing a respectable amount as is, and the frost grenade kind of doesn't really do much of anything other than crowd control, such as it were. So that just leaves weapon upgrades, and I think it's just going to be, where's our reaction shots? It's the reflex sight, yes it is, and we'll probably go for a speed loader. Bullpup needs an advanced magazine at the bare minimum, and actually advanced laser sight on the Bullpup's not necessarily a bad decision. And then that leaves us with another lightweight frame, another reflex sight, and another speed loader, or Aeslas's rifle there. And I think that's us. We've got all of the toys and bits that we need. We've got the Lost Lure. We're bringing all of the ammo that we've currently got access to. And we've got a fairly reasonable squad, all said and done. Captains, lieutenants, and then 2 sergeants in Overguard and Aeslas. I think we'll be fine. So yeah, Rymir, Huckett, Overguard, Kerwin, Gwen, Aeslas. Operation Totem Grinder. Let's gather some survivors from an abandoned city. And this mission is taking us to the western US, fairly inland in the western US, no less. If this goes as well as the last type of mission that we had, with the Lost and the Exalt and the Lure doing all the work for us, I'll be pretty happy. It's kind of, it feels a little bit like cheating, relying on a Lure in such a way, especially after we dealt with the Assassin with the Lure at one time.
We just got word from our friends in the Resistance.
But
some of their people were pursued by Advent forces into an abandoned city not far from here. Apparently their team got separated and now they've lost contact. We only have a rough idea where they might be, so the Resistance is sending one of their soldiers to help in the search.
Thank you, Central. Ruined Calgary. Okay. Let's do this. Quite the cinematic entrance. Okie doke.
VIP and our Resistance contact are hunkered down and holding positions somewhere in this area. Our highest priority is locating them first, but keep an eye out for any additional survivors nearby. Once you've secured the targets, move to the designated coordinates for extraction. Keep your heads up out there, people.
So we've got one of the Resistance operatives that we can rescue right on top of the evac. We've got another one fairly far back, and then our VIP's kind of in the middle of everything. We've got a bit of a choke point to deal with as well, and on top of all of that, a Viper Sectoid and Shield Bearer with a single Lost. We are in concealment, so we might as well just push forward and see what we can see.
Roger that.
Codex, yeah.
Looks like hostile over here.
Okay, so that codex becomes priority number 1. That's fine. It looks like we've got another way around there, which it might. Do you know what? Yeah, we can run Rymir that way. See what else is going on. Because they'll obviously stay in concealment if we break concealment with everybody else, which is actually like really good.
Double time.
So we'll bring Hux and Overguard up on the right. Kerwin can chill with Acelas, and Gwen can as well. Just pop an Overwatch on the go.
Moving to Overwatch.
Let's see if anything activates between the Lost and the aliens. Yeah, it looks like the Codex and Purifier are about to make friends with the Lost. I don't think the pounce shot that Gwen just took breaks concealment for us, which is super nice. And not the greatest thing that the Codex has decided to activate and then run backwards, because what I'm worried about there is that it teleports and, you know, spots one of our guys, thus putting them out of position. Looks like our VIP's in a little bit of a horrible place, actually, with all this going on. That's the clone. Okay, that's not so bad. It could have come way closer to us. So we'll switch back to Rymir, and we can probably just zip around to this corner and see what we can see back here.
Affirmative.
Hopefully this doesn't activate something. Yeah, we're good. Nothing there, so everything just seems to be sort of in this immediate area, which is kind of nice. And that's kind of unfortunate that the map edge is here, so we can't take advantage of like using this side of the oh, solar powered streetlights for cover. Not the worst thing in the world though. We bring Overguard actually can move slightly further. We'll bring Overguard here. Let's just see what we've got going on up there. Nothing, it would appear. So we'll grab this position.
We got a hostile squad.
Okay, there we go.
We have a visual confirmation on the VIP.
We got a Spectre.
Remember, getting that VIP to the
We got two
extraction point
Spectres.
supersedes all other priorities.
Well, okay then.
Don't let anything happen to him.
Okay, two Spectres. Kerwins are lure, so bit of concern that Overguard's going to be caught where they are. Let's bring Hook forward. Let's bring Kerwin. I think. How do we want to play this? We're going to want to launch one of the lures at this for sure. In actual fact, could Kerwin just land that from where they presently are? They could, you know. So that's actually what we'll do. We're going to bring Acelas around to this side of this. I guess it's an ambulance? What is it? It's a van. It's a van. I'm not going to get too carried away figuring out what type of vehicle.
Good copy. Moving on target.
Arcas Industries. I mean, it looks like an ambulance, but it says Arcas Industries, so who knows?
Scanning.
Right, hopefully Overguard doesn't get caught, but if they do, then we've got a solution. Moment of truth. Of course, now we don't know where the Spectre is, which isn't terrific. Oh, the VIP's fallen. That's bad. And they're on 3 hit points, okay. The important thing is that they're still alive, and they should still be ignored by everything going on around them. Does that spot Rymir? Oh god. No, I think they're still safe. Is that on VIP? Because if that's on the VIP... Oh!
Incoming over here.
This is not the best. At least the codex went down. Well, one of the codexes. There's our Spectre buddy. One of our Spectre buddies. That VIP's in a bit of a predicament. If we want to get that VIP, we probably have to go here. They're on fire. And... I think they are just out of the whirling vortex of hopes and dreams. So that's something. And I need to double check that, but Rymir can make the run to grab them. Of course, that also puts them... Unless... Yeah, they are... They're not in a great position if they do grab the VIP. But we need to go, because if we don't do something, it's going to be murdered. What we could do is take this grapple, drop down, activate the VIP, do something else. Yeah, we'll do that, but first... I think if we... Okay, this codex is probably what we'll deal with the grapple maneuver. Grapple up, grab VIP, come back round here, pop codex. Okay, so then, how do we deal with this one? We need Kerwin to launch that Lost Lure there, basically, without touching Huntsman. Okay. So, how do we play this? That codex needs to be our priority, huh? Do we just literally launch it? We could just launch it. That does leave Hooker in half cover. Doesn't necessarily secure the kill on the codex, which wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, because I wouldn't necessarily be averse to picking up the loot. We'll launch this, hope that it connects where we need it to, preferably on the codex rather than the purifier. So I think we'll take it there. Show us some moves here, Hooks. And we connected with the purifier and lost and completely disregarded the codex. I think it did destroy the cover. It did, so that's better than nothing. Okay.
No problem, boss.
Let's just push forward a bit and see if we can get some shots in place here. Nice. Okay.
Impressed yet?
Okay. Took a bit of planning, but we got there.
Going up.
That should reveal.
I'm busted.
That's my favorite. And yeah, this definitely looks like prime real estate for a Lost Lure. So then, get down here.
That'll be okay.
Menace 1-5. You've
That's
got
the VIP in
primary
hand.
targets in tow. Secure any additional operatives if
And
possible,
then-
but make sure you get our contacts to the evac point.
Yeah, we'll just do a melee attack to get out of harm's way.
It's going. They have to be dead.
Actually does have another shot to take if we were that way inclined, so let's think about that in a moment. VIP needs to get somewhere they can hunker down, and kind of regretting putting Crimea here now, because this would have been an ideal spot for the VIP, but we'll have to settle for this. As long as it hunkers down, that removes the burning. Pathfinder's not necessarily the worst place to send this, and given the fact that there's nothing else to be done, we might as well take the shot. 1 damage is better than just chilling doing nothing, I guess.
Missed.
Unless, of course, we kind of wish we'd done the all hunker down. Overgod's actually got pretty good lines on the Pathfinder and the Spectre. Before we do any of that, though, let's get this thing into play. Maybe we move forward just a touch, because we know that that Spectre's got friends around it. So if we bring Kerwin
Whatever
up
you
a
say.
touch, we should be able to make a little bit more of a connection. We'll not include the Pathfinder in this, it's its lucky day, and instead we'll go for this. Yeah. And that should, in theory, keep everything nice and busy. Gwen's got a bit of ground to cover before they can become useful. So maybe we actually just bring Gwen forward.
Got it.
And then Overguard's got the 76 on. We can run this and take another shot somewhere else, or move, as the case may be. Okay, it's not my favorite.
The armor.
But so much armor. Maybe we go for a suppression here then. Can you get the Pathfinder and the Spectre? Unfortunately not. Maybe we just suppress the Spectre then. No, we can't suppress the Spectre. We'll suppress the Pathfinder.
Time for that. Suppressing hostile.
I'm counting on the Lost to sort of deal with that Spectre. That's a pretty far drop for Exalt. Spectre's going right in for Rymir, which is not my favourite thing in the world.
Taking lessons here.
Yep, there goes the Shadowbound. Oh, they are far. And we didn't seemingly connect with that Spectre with the Lost Lure either. Kinda looked like the Viper went whoops when they did that.
That was close.
The face was just on the left hand side. Not too pleased with the connections that Overguard's made so far. That gun that the Advanced Pathfinder's using sounds pretty cool though. And that's a lot of Lost. Meaning that Spectre there shouldn't be able to actually move. So we can't quite see it, but I think the second Spectre is locked down. And the way those things are moving makes me think that we did land a Lost Lure on the other Spectre after all. I need to check that out. We did, in fact. There's its debuff there. So that's something. Our VIP's a little bit... VIP's been nothing but bother, actually. And this Spectre situation's not horrific at all.
Confirmed.
So, Gwen's got reasonable shot on the Viper. Less enthusiastic about going downtown. Although I think the Lightning Hands is worth a go here on... I guess we need to get rid of the Shadow Band because that's got the clone, right? Replicate, in fact, not clone. Does the standard Spectre come with Replicate? It doesn't. Okay, so yeah, we want to try and get this thing killed. Nice, that was amazing, actually. And then we'd need a full damage roll to get it killed with Shadowfall. I think it's worth a go though. What happens if we don't land this is the question. Do we have a solution? Combat Protocol is only good for that Pathfinder where Kerwin currently is, and there's no cover between, because we blew it all up, of course. And that decision's come back to haunt us. Mines? No, you don't have a shot either. Would you have a shot from here? You would. It wouldn't be a good shot, but it would be a shot. So, oh, and Kerwin, of course, can't quite make it. And the only shotgun that we've got is currently lying on the floor. I guess we just have to Shadowfall it and hope that we land the 7. Oh, perfect. Okay.
Target disabled.
That's good. Oh, that getting rid of that woke up Rymir again as well, which is super excellent. Have they got moves? Oh, they got so many moves. Did we put it in harm's way? Probably not the greatest decision. That Spectre has just got clear sight lines on us all the way down. No matter what we do. Viper's probably just going to become a nuisance rather than something I need to worry terribly about, at least for now. What we could do is bring Overgod forwards. Yeah, it looks like so long as those Lost stay put, that Spectre's not going anywhere. And we didn't actually connect with that pack on the Lost lure. Kind of work does the EMP bomb do on the Spectres actually? I can't recall if they're counted as one thing at a time. One thing at a time. First of all, please go away, Mr. Pathfinder, with your very loud gun.
There you go.
Next. Probably going to need to do something about that Spectre. Looking at where our best options for the VIP are, this is as good as it gets right now, I think. So you just hunker down there. I'd love it if Acelas was able to land a shot on the Spectre. I'm not enthusiastic about 43%, but although maybe we suppress it. We suppress it. That's what we do. We suppress it. When in doubt, simply suppress. Hooks we bring forward, and it won't reach, alas. Although 71's not bad, we could take the 71 on the Viper. Our other options are all lost, so yeah, we'll just take the 71 here. Alas.
Miss the target.
Kerwin needs to get into better position to get some work done. I'm actually thinking that we bring Kerwin up towards this guy and try and provide some additional support to getting it murdered.
Already there.
And then we can realistically get this done. Nice crit.
Stick and move.
And then do we dip? I think we can dip back into this reasonably because that's the main flank. So yeah, we should be alright here. How dare you vanish? Shield bearer's putting some work in there. Spectre's like, I'm out. Oh, there's a shot on Autoguard, and it connects. This is another mission we're running with no med kits to speak of. We don't have Goonstone here to provide bandages either, so any hits that people take are permanent, which is probably something I should be keeping a bit more in mind. Not sure if that Spectre moved, or if it just sort of, it did move, it went back there. The Lost have caught it, which is phenomenal behaviour. Not a good time to be that Viper. Lost are certainly less impactful so far than they have been for us previously. Hux is our mech specialist, such as it were, so I think we probably want to see about getting that mech in the ground. I'm not happy about the half cover though. Can't pretend that I am. What if we bring Gwen? Well, Gwen can't quite make it there either. That's infuriating.
Moving to designated position.
Is Hux able? Yeah, I prefer this cover for sure. 79 is still a certainly respectable shot. I think this is worth taking. And it lands. 13 crit, no problem. Mech, go bye bye. Maybe we suppress the Spectre with Overguard. I think, yeah, that's good news. Rymir can land the kill here, preferably from this angle. Should be able to land the kill. I don't know why I thought that was possible actually, now that I look at the health that thing had. Activating this pack isn't the worst thing in the world. The Codex is probably the scariest thing going. That Pathfinder is going to be able to take a free shot, which isn't ideal.
If you say
But
so.
we could potentially do something about that with Kerwin being where they presently are, although we would need the combat protocol to land. I think getting rid of that Spectre is the right decision here.
This looks valuable.
Now, what would be ideal is if we can hold this lure until Exalt arrive. But we've got... Actually, it feels like there's more than 8 active aliens presently, for sure. So what we'll do is just move up with Kerwin for now. Gwen has that Codex in sight. Ace could as well, which isn't the worst idea in the world. And I think we probably want to commit to the suppression on the Spectre up there. I think that's going to be the best decision we can make. So then, where do we bring it? It's either got to be behind Gwen or here. Guess we'll come up here. And what we could do before we commit to a shot with Gwen is just get this grenade on the go. See what happens with the Codex once we do that. Alternative for the grenade isn't really anywhere. We've still got one more in the bank. Yeah, I think this is probably worth spending. It will cause the Codex to clone itself, but that's fine, because we then should be able to land a kill on one of the 2 clones from Gwen, unless it decides to clone itself a million miles away. And that thing I just said about 1,000,000 miles, it's exactly what I was kind of implying would happen. Not the end of the world. Viper's probably fine. 57 kind of sucks. What's more dangerous? The Codex is more dangerous. We could bring Gwen forward? No, we couldn't. Okay, we take the shot on the Codex. It's a bit of a coin flip, but show us some moves. Nice.
Target down. They've got eyes on me.
And then, yeah, we'll commit to this suppression here on our guy. Stop it from doing anything horrible. And here comes the cavalry. Capturing that psionic would be nice. It looks like they're all psionics. What the hey? A reasonably favourable move insofar as using the Lost Lure. Oh, this vanishing nonsense was really... Oh, okay, that's fine. That looks like it's gonna gun for... Yep.
I need a med kit here.
This isn't good. Although that is fine. The brute's right there, Mr. Purifier. Okay, fine.
There's heavy fire in this zone.
That went better than I expected it would, truth be told. Given how out of position they were. Overguard is now out of position. Another swarm. That first lure that we used, I think we're down to just the Spectre being a target actually, unless I'm mistaken. Overguard being poisoned is very clever. Nice connection from Glenn there. Wow. And Overguard's showing us being in one place, but actually they're in another. They're showing us here, but they're up where this Viper is. I think, anyway.
They got me.
It's hard to honestly see. Either way, I think we might need to just run Overguard for the evac. Which would cap this guy, so that's something. Are they there? Yeah, they are there. The Viper's showing us here, but actually the Viper and Overguard are here. Well, that's less ideal, for sure. That Codex is going to continue to just get in the way of things, actually, so I think we just take care of it. There's that Pathfinder, though. Maybe we don't take care of it. Oh, this is a mess. Look at the state of this. I came into this feeling really confident. Like a fool.
Moving on target location.
I want a free Overguard. And 57% are not the shots to do it. Ah, how are we going to make that work? Kerwin. What can we do with this lure? Do we get it up in the business of Advent, or do we get it up in the business of Exalt? seems to be the choice we've got to make. There's also... this is... You can't kill that. It's got 9 effective health, which is super terrible for everyone involved, actually. Maybe we just get out. Get out, regroup, and figure it out from there, because where we currently are is just so lacking in cover. And there's so much going on at so many angles that I'm honestly at the tiniest little bit of a loss right now. In fact, if we bring Crimea up here and then swing round here, do they have a shot to free overguard?
Deploying grapple.
I think that's what we're going to have to do. That loot's probably just lost in the wind forever, to be honest with you, but priorities and whatnot. You would need a run and gun to get here, but I think we have to take it, because right now we're a bit trying to save overguard's life. And this is certainly not my favorite position, but it's slightly better than where you were, I guess. 97 on the Spectre is so tempting, it's not even funny. Why can't we hit the Viper? I can't believe that's out of line of sight to here. That's nuts. Ah, man. Pathfinder and the Codex are probably going to try and take a shot up here now. We'll come back and figure out what we're going to do there, because it didn't go quite the way I was expecting or wanting or needed it to go. Maybe we run an aid protocol, actually. That's not the worst decision in the world. What does that leave you open to, though? Not much. And you're just presently... I'd really like you to just get out of the way, actually. Where's the safest place for you, though? That's the real question. Are you going to get pathfindered if we put you here? I think you might actually be out of visual range of most threats there, so... And you'll have a little bit more cover from the Pathfinder, so hopefully that works out. We'll loop Kerwin round here, get that aid protocol up. Still trying to figure out how we rescue Overguard without relying on that 57% shot from Gwen. We could... This would put Gwen wide open. Actually, no, we could still keep a semblance of cover. And if anyone's going to be in the open, it should be Gwen. Okay, yeah, we'll run this. Hopefully it connects. Nice.
Maybe a flash wound.
And the Viper's actually moved back into the position it's supposed to be in. And Overguard is now available to get out.
Go, go, go.
Because having you on 4 health just ain't a nice idea of a good time. Looks like it's a marksman that Overguard's just traded places with, basically. Okay. What do we do with you? 97 on the Purifier. 97 on the Spectre. Spectre's certainly the bigger threat of the two, but the Purifier's got a good shot. And comes with the Pathfinder and Codex that are back there, backing it up. Hux doesn't get a shot on the Pathfinder if we bring them forward, but we could get some work in on this Viper. I That's another one of the lost targets, though. Then they'd all be very keen on killing that Spectre, which isn't the worst thing that could happen. Now that I say it out loud. There is the Roust actually is probably the better call, because that gets rid of some lost. And might kill the Viper if it burns. Yeah, we'll run the Roust. We'll run the Roust.
Targets eliminated.
Couldn't quite make out what they... Okay, it did 3 damage to the Viper, and I don't know if it burned it. Might have. Are you burning? You are not. That's fine. Puts hooks in smoke as well, which is nice. Of course, the Viper's now got some pretty nasty looking sightlines on us. I think bringing Aesalas up a bit wouldn't be the worst decision to deal with whatever's coming at us this way. Of course, we have got Exalt up there as well. Get into this full cover. And then take your 52% on this Viper. Ideally land it and murder it. Ideally doesn't seem to be the dish of the day here. Huntsman with their 9 hit points here. I really don't think we're going to get any value out of you. You just go home. And then that leaves us to decide what we do with this run and gun action. I'm more enthusiastic about this than I am the Spectre, given the fact that the Spectre's currently dealing with all of the lost, so I think we take this. Nice.
Check it before you get too close.
One less threat coming from that direction at least. Gwen's so far being ignored. Spectre's being able to move out, which is unfortunate. Although the Overwatch I'll happily take.
Watch the flanks.
That's probably the best scenario that could have realistically happened. In particular as it goes to the Intimidate. Nice. Just picturing that Viper sort of grabbing Gwen and Gwen just screaming obscenities in its face until the Viper lets go. Psionic Bomb on your friends. Cool, yeah. Big respect. And then the Pathfinder takes what we expected and connects it. Oh dear.
I think they got me.
That's rude. Take that though, 38% return fire is pretty good. Second Intimidate doesn't land, unfortunately. Glad that Sectoid managed to not get that there. Alas, no Intimidate there either.
From enemy fire.
Where's that going? Stasis on the Brute, okay. Interesting choice. Are they just fielding like all psionics? Oh, there's a specialist. I think that rescue target that's just been given Holy Warrior
The tissue melts away.
is an assault infantry.
Ooh, I'm hit.
And I think we probably want to look at trying to get an evac on Rymir,
Psionically shielded.
which isn't the greatest. Although the stasis is certainly not the worst thing that could happen. At least they're out of harm's way for a turn.
We will overcome.
if we have to leave behind that assault infantry in the back in order to get everyone else out safely, including the VIP, I think that's a reasonable course of action at this point, because realistically, it's the only way I can see right now of getting out of this relatively safely. That is so many lost. Huckett's just begging for a frame thrower position. Did that kill the Spectre? Surely not. We can't see. We don't know. It will remain a mystery until we move slightly closer. Okay, you're in stasis. Exalt are all doing Exalt things back here. How can we make it safe to move forward? We've still got the Pathfinder and the Codex. There's our Codex. You need a reload regardless of anything. You have still got a grenade in the chamber. That's actually... The Spectre was here, if I remember correctly. This could cause some good amount of harm. Yeah, run that grenade, actually. We can just clear a path through to the evac. I'll be happy with that outcome. Spectre's on 3 health. It will recover 3 health on its turn, but it's a positive nevertheless. Now, this Lost Lure, I kind of feel like we get the most value for our money by tagging as many of these Advent as we can, just given the fact that Exalt are a bit out of the way. But 2 low health Vipers, a Sectoid, and a Spectre and Shield Bearer are less threatening than a bunch of psionics and whatever else they decided to bring to the party, and that Codex. So I think we're going to lure down there. Yeah. And we can't forget our Pathfinder friend, who's just off to the side, having a great time with things. Gwen unfortunately needs a reload, but should be able to make a connection with that Panic Viper and still put themselves in a line of fire from the Sectoid and Viper there. So let's take this run then.
Got him.
It's another threat taken care of. We'll come back to the VIP. It's a crying shame Hooker can't quite make this cover. But that's all we've got left. What can Hooker do here except move forward?
On my way.
There's always suppression. Flamethrower range is still a bit too far. Suppression... What kind of shot you got on the Spectre? 78 on the Spectre's actually fairly good. Or we could just go for a grenade, which would actually not quite reach, alas. Okay. We take the 78. Nice connection.
Only the best.
And then there was you, our little VIP friend. Pathfinder's here, if I remember correctly, so actually we can probably safely get you into this full cover. Slow going, that's progress. And it looks like the Codex bomb did kill the Viper for us, which is nice. The concern here now is Rymia's wide open, no longer in stasis, and I think has 5 hit points left. So they may well go down. Ah, that's unfortunate. Pathfinder on Kerwin as well, I guess. Oh, you're going for the VIP, you rude person. Unbelievable. Oh, man.
We lost the VIP. I just hope the Resistance can make do without them. Commander, we should get the rest of our people to the extraction point as soon
What a
as
friggin'
possible.
disaster.
The longer we wait around, the
And a
worse
mind
our
control?
chances look.
Well, okay. Fine. That means they're not going to be shot at least.
Okay, this is bad.
Right. On the one hand, we don't have to worry about the VIP anymore. The Lost are currently going to just beeline for Exalt. Well, Exalt are going to clean them up quite handily, it looks like. We've got a Sectoid and a Shield Bearer between us and the evac, with the Sectoid taking priority because of that mind control thing going on there. Are you inspiring? Are you joking me? Does that mean that they get an action now?
I hope it's worth it. Your mind is your weakness.
And Ace Lass has just taken some psionic shots, man.
That didn't feel good.
Oh, this has been a disaster. Well, I can't complain.
Thank you, body armor. Can't think.
I mean, I can complain, and I feel like I should complain, but I can't complain because the last couple of missions have been really successful. This is a flanking shot on the Sectoid that we need, and I don't mind Gwen being flankable from down here. If we can get this Sectoid taken care of, it'll be massive. Nice. Can you do that again? Once more? With a bit of that feeling? Put a bit of pepper on it, come on. No.
Get it together.
That would have been, that would have meant something went well, and we can't have that, can we? Oh dear. We might have to eat the mind control. We could freeze. We could freeze it. We could freeze it. Freezing's an option.
Seems doable.
I quite like the idea of using the frost bomb, actually, just to nullify any shotguns and swords coming at us. So we'll put that on the table. Kerwin probably just needs to run here. We do have blinding protocol available, which let's bring Kerwin here, and then we frost bomb Rymir. Right? You frost bomb? You frost bomb though? Yes.
This is for you.
That's fine. More Lost is for Exalt to deal with, not us. Kerwin. A bit of a naff shot on the shield bearer, to be honest with you, but I think it's worth trying. Okay, good effort, good show. 10 out of 10. Never doubted you for a second. Right, Hooker. How reasonable is it for us to just sprint Hooker forward to get ready to take care of that Sectoid next turn? I think that's actually the best option we've got. Gwen is, of course, in range there now that I say it out loud, so maybe it's not the best option. Maybe. Because Hooker's, like, just chilling here with, you know, 15 hit points.
Absolutely.
We actually try and get a bit of work done. Some 59% work, which isn't my favorite. Big suppression on multiple Exalt.
Suppressing fire on target. Who are you? I'm doing on. Sure.
Yeah, lovely amount of disorientation going on there. This codex has been marked the entire mission. That's a really horrible hit on Acelas there. Good lord. Fortunately, the Pathfinder needed to reload. Sectoid's going for Lost, which is brilliant. Thank you, Mr. Sectoid. Are you really doing an aid protocol? Okay, fine. And then don't kill Acelas. Goodness. Oh. I think there's a curse going around where anyone who joins us at the moment doesn't last very long. Ah, killed by a combat protocol.
There's heavy fire in this zone! They're all over me! I can't move! Whoa! Kill!
Oh. I don't believe that. Didn't even bleed out. Do you know what it is as well? We really kind of want to bring the corpse with us because it's got items on it. Goodness. Ah. The Codex has got friends. Okay. Kerwin's gonna be best
Seems
placed
doable.
to bring Acelas's body home.
No problemo!
Oh man.
No problem, boss!
Gwen, could you kindly put this sectoid out of its misery for us? Apparently you can't. What? Why? Because you can't see it, of course. Terrific. And it's not as if you've got the world's greatest. Oh well, no. You can. You should be able to get it in vision range by moving here, and then it's not in vision range anymore. I've got to be joking. Do we have to actually move Hooker? What if we moved Hooker here? Would Hooker be able to see the sectoid? Because we need a visual on that sectoid in order to be able to deal with it. Puts Hooker in a flank from the Codex, but should actually be able to land a pretty significant flamethrower across a bunch of Exalts. And we can see the sectoid. Okay. Gwen, you've got 91. You've got 91. Thank you. Okay. Still frozen, which is fine, honestly. Right. Let's take a look at how many Exalt we can put in the oven here. Three by my count there? Yes.
Burn him out! Someone hurry! Now, damn it, now!
That's what you get for murdering Acelas. I mean, even though it wasn't any of the targets there. You're not having a good time of it after that, that's for sure. Freaking Codex. Psionic Bomb. Didn't connect with
On the move!
any of the Exalt. Oh, it did actually connect with that one, look.
Evac, now!
Really likes using that combat protocol. That incredibly crude combat protocol. There's a little part of me that's actually thinking go for the cap on the second person up in the back there, just to replenish the numbers. Oh, good God.
I might need some help.
We could also go for a capture on that person. Actually, I'd really have liked it if we were able to capture one of the psionic exalts. But we are a bit low on specialists, so maybe we capture that specialist. See if it survives. How realistic is it that we do that, is the question. Where is it? It's there. I say it's a person, of course, but given the fact that it just murdered Aesalas, I'm less enthusiastic about all that nonsense. We would need to thin out this herd of Lost in order for Hooker to be able to get in range. Kerwin, you've got Aesalas' body. You just get out of here. Your job is done. Gwen could reasonably clear out a lot of that herd of Lost.
Heading to that location.
I think, yeah, 100%. Okay, cool.
Kill confirmed.
I think we're
Down.
in a reasonable position to go for a cap here.
Target neutralized. Taken care of.
It's really going to work there, Gwen.
Let's
Nice
do
one.
this.
Rymia needs to go for sure. I think what we'll do is blue move to here, grapple up, and then drop down into the evac. On condition that works out the way I'm hoping it does. Although, looking at the way that that wall looks, I'm not so certain. Yeah, okay, cool. You can't make the evac.
I'm trusting you here.
Hux, the bleeding out body of Lalita Sepsuk is there, so if you grab that, where would you then be able to run? Essentially there. Where was it? It was here, okay. There, so that's going to be
Not a problem.
the move. Pick him up,
You're with me.
and then, yes, you can move into cover. Ideal.
Absolutely.
Kerwin and Rymia are gone, leaving Gwen and Hooker on the floor.
Evac confirmed.
And we're going to leave that assault infantry up at the back there to their own devices. A couple of exalt down at least, which is better than nothing. Getting some free ability points for that. Given the location of Hooker and Gwen, I'm kind of hoping that they remain at then, which it seems to be they're doing, just focus on firing at the Lost. Random burning zombies out in the mist there. Of course, they're now gunning for us, but that's fine. We are close to that other rescue, actually. And Gwen's got a good run of cover. Would also have the support. So maybe we do go for it. We get Hooker out, that's for sure. You did just reload, so you should be able to clear this rabble.
Enemy eliminated.
I think we go for it, you know?
Enemy down. Hostile neutralized.
I think we go for it, we go for it, we go for it.
Rolling out.
There are no additional
Alright, you.
VIPs or
Time to go home.
resistance operatives working in that area. You should
Hooks,
be clear to move for
you're out.
extraction.
We did not
Get
capture,
outta here.
unfortunately. They didn't survive it, but we get 3 ability points, so at least that's a reasonable consolation prize. And on condition something terrible doesn't now happen, we have made it out of this with more bodies than we went into it with, but insofar as missions go, I think it's fair to say this was a disaster. We just didn't really have... do you know what? If we just, like, when we first launched that rocket down, we can't see it anymore, but it was down here and destroyed all that cover, I think that was the beginning of the end, honestly.
Sure
We
thing.
can't evac this turn, which is just not my favourite situation to be in, but we have got cover.
Location confirmed.
You're out. Peace be with you.
Packing it in.
And there's actually only one more alien still active, which is the Codex, unless I'm mistaken. So it's a relatively clear map, I guess. I'm pretty disappointed that we lost Acelas though, and I am, like I said earlier, convinced that there's a curse. So the new recruits that we've picked up on this mission probably aren't long for this world. At least we don't have to upgrade the Avenger, I don't think. Which is a small victory on our part.
Moving to
I
designated
wonder
position.
if, just as a parting gift, I wonder if... Thank you very much.
Enemy destroyed. Get
We
outta
out.
here. All XCOM operatives are secure. Firebrand is
That
returning to
Pathfinder
base.
killing the VIP was not my favourite either. Mission failed. Poor showing. 67 enemies killed. 2 of our people killed. Wait, 2? Oh yeah, it counts the VIP, I guess. Yeah, what a disaster. 1 of 2 shots for Amir, 2 killed, both with the sword if I remember correctly, and 38 damage. Won a lot of awards but didn't get the MVP. Got a feeling I know who that's going to. Huckett, putting the work in with that flamethrower for sure. 98 damage, man. Woo! Overguard got hit fairly early on and had to get out of there fairly early on, unfortunately. Kerwin, full support from Kerwin on this mission rather than being able to get much done as well. Unsurprisingly, MVP to Gwen. 108 damage, 14 kills, shot accuracy through the roof. Overqualified, huh? Okay. Just carrying, basically. And rest in peace, Acelas. Still managed to rack up 11 kills, though. Not bad, kid. Ah. Our honeymoon period is over. That was certainly a dark turn comparative to how well we handled the Berserker Queen and Friends last mission, but can't win them all. At least we got out relatively alive. Not too sure we're going to see any promotions from that either.
The aliens sure know how to turn a planet into a Halloween theme
Yeah,
park.
no promotions.
Zombie
And everyone's
swarms.
feeling pretty tired. I think
Zombie
Hooks actually is in shaken range. So that's cost us more than we've gained in some ways, but we did get 2 new recruits. And we got the mag rifle, so that's something. That's from the capture that we didn't survive transit. And yeah, new assault infantry and a new marksman, which is what it is. And we'll say hello to those new recruits next time. Hooker, as we've suspected, is shaken. And yeah, our new recruits we'll say hello to next time. I'm repeating myself. Thank you very much, as always. That was a tough one. Can't pretend otherwise. We'll see what gets thrown our way next time, I suppose. Until then, take care. And thanks as always.
Reporting from the front. Indications are numerous resistance fighters lost their lives today while engaged with an overwhelming number of invasion forces. They sacrificed everything for our cause. Keep them in your thoughts.